Hey Kyle, it's Aaron at Good Guys Automotive. I just want to make you a short video to give you an update and bring you up to speed on where we are with your Subaru Impreza WRX clutch replacement. We go ahead and started the disassembly. We got your intercooler out, got your motor mount, starter, got your air intake pipe and air cleaner out. And if we take a look over here, this is your what they call a center mount pipe. This is the pipe that bolts up to your turbo. It's got a flange with 5 holes, kind of shaped like an S. Got your catalytic converter and oxygen sensor attached to it, and then here's your exhaust pipe that runs to the rear of the vehicle. This thing sounds really good, by the way. I'm proud of you for this exhaust. This is a very similar exhaust to what I would have built for this car if you had asked me. And then there's a drive shaft right there. So we've come quite a long way on the disassembly. Transmission's just about to come out. I got the shift linkage disassembled up here. This is just hanging here. It's disassembled already. And then I got to take some front end stuff apart here. I got to get the stabilizer links unhooked. Where are those? It's hard to see them from here. Get a little view around here. Got to get the stabilizer unhooked. And probably got to tear the front suspension apart and get these front axles out. Get those disconnected out of the way. And then drop the cross member. The trans comes out. And then we'll get down to the clutch and the flywheel. I did want to show you this while we were under here. This right side axle looks okay. Obviously, I really didn't have a chance to drive this. This left side axle, the boot's all torn. This really needs to be replaced. So I'll give you a call and see if you want to go ahead and do that. You don't have to decide right this second because I'm not that far yet. But it is something I wanted to make you aware of. And here's what we started to have a little bit of a rough time. I actually got the turbo out of the car. When I was taking that exhaust pipe out, the center pipe that I was showing you back there with the flange with the 5 holes in it, this is the turbo where that pipe mounts up to here. And what happened was all the bolts were seized onto it, rusted, permanently became part of this assembly, which is common, especially with a high mileage turbo, just because all the heating up and cooling down, those nuts seized themselves onto the studs and onto the bolts. So it actually took some time there to get those off. I had to keep heating them up red hot and turning them off real slow. I got these 2 off. This is a nut and bolt assembly over here for this side, and I was able to go ahead and get those apart. But the nuts are trashed; they're just garbage. And then here, this took quite a while to turn these nuts off these 2 studs, and I was able to go ahead and do that actually, but they're in such bad shape. I'm going to replace all the nuts on here, the hardware, and these threads got mangled up a little bit on these 2 studs. What I was able to do is go ahead and run a die up the length of the stud and repair these threads. As you can see, they're both nice and shiny. Now on this one here, when I was taking the nut off, it was taking the threads with it, and I didn't want to break it. I was heating it up red hot, and it still wouldn't come off. What I had to do was go ahead and cut this one off. If you can see that, I hit it with a whiz wheel and got a nice groove in it, and then I just punched it with a chisel, and it broke. A little trick. And I was able to get it off without damaging the studs, but it had already taken the threads off the stud, and I wasn't going to be able to reuse that stud. Not only that, but I couldn't get the stud out. So what we did was we had a stud stuck in here that was all mangled. I welded another nut to the stud, and then I was able to heat this up red hot. And what you do is melt a little bit of wax in here. And I went ahead and did that. And then you let it sit and cool down, and you heat it up again. And then you can go ahead and put a breaker bar on there, and I was able to turn that mangled stud out of here and save the threads. So threads were still a little bit boogered in here, and then what I did was just went ahead and ran a tap through it. Same exact metric threads that we've got on the studs. I was able to repair the 2 studs here, get this stud out without breaking anything, and then I was able to repair the threads inside here and make those like brand new. So what I did is I ordered new hardware. I got a new stud coming. I actually got a couple of them. I'll be able to reuse these 2, and I got 2 of them coming, just one for here and one extra just to have it. And then all new nuts and hardware because these are just too beat up. I'm not going to use, these are all stripped out and seized up and garbage, and just look how beat and rusty they are. So I'm not going to use those again, or we're going to have problems. So I ordered new hardware, 5 new nuts, a bag of studs just in case. Go ahead and get this all put back together, put it back on the vehicle, and then that way when we go ahead and put everything back together at the end, everything's going to seal up. You're going to have nice, no exhaust problems, no exhaust leaks, no turbo leaks. Everything's going to be real nice. So I went ahead and cleaned up the turbo for you. That's where we're at. So I got a little bit more work to do on the front suspension. And then I'll go ahead and get that cross member out, and the trans will come down. And we'll have the clutch and the flywheel out. And then I got the new clutch here. It's a performance, what's it called? Power torque clutch. And I'm going to send the flywheel over to the machine shop to get it machined, resurfaced, 100% professional. Unfortunately, this hardware that I had to order is not going to be in. I had to get it from Gary Lang Subaru. They did not have it in stock. They had to order it from the warehouse. It's not going to be here until Thursday. So this is going to push us back a little bit. It'll be done Thursday or Friday for you, and I apologize for the delay. But what's most important is we go ahead and get this all put back together 100% professionally and make sure that the repair is a good repair. You're not going to have any problems with it down the road, and everything's going to perform the way it's supposed to for a real long time going forward into the future. So I appreciate your business. If you have any questions, give me a call directly, 224-633-0012, or check us out on the web at www.goodguysautomotive performance, and we'll see you at your next service.